How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
I figured this would be a good way. It's kind of goes on what we got, man. You got to be consistent, right? We have connection
Exactly.
problems. We just keep going at it, making it happen.
Yeah, I think this should be good though. It's Facebook, so it should be cool.
Yeah, it should be a lot more stable. I got the video up so we can hear both of us going on. It'd be good. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. As I said the last time, and fired up to go through your story and to inspire other people with what you've done and just talk through it, man.
Yeah, man. Do it. Do it.
As we met 2 years ago back in San Diego while playing for the Silverbacks. Some good
Yeah,
times.
Silverback. I'm at Silverback there. At
Yeah,
that point, I had, I think I left before the season started. The second because I only played 4 games with the Silverbacks last season. Just because I was back and forth to overseas, and I wanted to play because most of my friends were playing. And Coach Lim is a great guy, man. He's a great guy. It's a great organized organization.
yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I had the dream to get back in the field and play the game again, and thanks to the Silverbacks and the LDFL and Coach Lim, they would make that happen. And when I met you, though, man, like it was obvious you were elite. You stood out. Everyone was talking about AJ, and I was like, who's this guy? We ran a couple ran a couple routes, and I went to defense. You went to offense separate ways. But after practice, I remember pulling you aside and asking you about your time playing in Europe. And it just amazed me. And I'm here in Italy now, and I love this part of the world. Love the game still, obviously, and I just always wondered how awesome it would be to combine both those things. So I've seen your YouTube channel, Take Flight AB, and so I see your posts on social media. I know a little about your background, what you got going on. But a question I wanted to start off with was playing football. Was that always your dream since you were growing up, or did you have other dreams? And what about the game of football do you love the most?
Man, okay. To be honest, football really wasn't the dream. My ideal dream was basketball. I thought I was a basketball player, but man, I began to realize when I started to play football that my skill set and my skills were better fit for football, man. And that's when I kind of knew, okay, like I think football was the dream. Then and I'm gonna go with that one. I found out at an early age that especially in high school, between that junior and senior year, that I was a better football player, man. I was, and I had to choose, and that's what I chose and took that path. What I like about the game, man, is just the team chemistry, the camaraderie you can just bring a guy when you're bringing guys together, man. And you guys, just do something that's amazing or unthinkable in the season, man, like winning the championship. And just to look back on what it takes. So definitely a team chemistry and the camaraderie for sure.
Absolutely, man. That's definitely something I love about all the sports I've played. And it's interesting you say basketball, man, because I played, so many sports growing up, and soccer was actually my biggest sport. I was almost going to go to college for it. And my dad almost made it to the NFL as a quarterback. And, playing soccer didn't really fly for a dad who loves football. So I ended up switching over to the game of football, got a little bigger than soccer players. And, I fell in love with it as well. And it's like Michael Jordan, you got to try other sports, and an athlete can really
Exactly.
play
Exactly.
anything. Yeah. You put an athlete on any field, he's going to figure out how to do great. So that's great, man. And teamwork is essential, not only in the sports world, but also in business, anything you got going on, camaraderie and teamwork, man, that makes you go further.
Exactly.
It reminds me of an
Exactly.
African proverb, man. One of my friends from, I think it was from Cameroon, he told me something, a proverb, where he said, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And, that's one of my favorite quotes, and it's so true. So,
Yeah, man, for sure. That's definitely a good quote for sure.
yeah, brother. And the second question I got going on here for you, you're currently playing in Monterrey, Mexico for the Fundidores, the LFA, Premier Professional Football League in Mexico. And I was doing some research. Mexico has a college level football. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, and they have a high school as well.
That's amazing. That explains it, because I saw one of your posts, and you were talking about how the competition, the competitiveness there is, even comparable to the CFL. And definitely it didn't really surprise me, because a player like you is playing there. It's got to be in an elite league, first of all. But
Yeah,
It's really cool to hear that other countries are kind of emulating what we do here in this, what we do in the States with
for
the
sure,
high
bro, for
school.
sure.
Yeah. How did you come to play for this particular team, and how did they find you,
Man,
man?
okay. Well, how I got for this team or overseas? Okay, I'll just tell you how I got. Well, particularly in this team, man. Coming to Mexico, man. I think when I first got here, I was coming into like my fifth year, and I was playing in Hungary, and I had a good friend of mine that lives in San Diego, but he's from Tijuana, so he always go back and forth. And time to time, we would go down there and play some flag football down there in TJ. But he had told me about this new professional league that was starting up, and I think they had just did 3 years. It did 3 seasons, and it was just going higher and higher, and the levels started becoming more elite. And he told me, man, you definitely should try to get signed and try out. So I ended up going to Monterrey, Mexico for a combine. Had some really great numbers, man, and then the team ended up picking me up, man, and I ended up getting signed that day.
That's amazing, man. That's
Yeah.
that's just got to be the best, one of the best feelings in the world, man. You're just working towards that goal, and then finally you get that call and you head down there. I mean, we'll go into more details with other teams and other times you cross the pond to play the game, but it just proves the point, man. Consistency is key. Finally getting on this call, making it work, but your career,
Yeah.
my own, it's just so
Exactly.
important to stay consistent. So
Yeah.
in one of your posts, you say, if I want to achieve greatness, then I got to work. And you certainly put in the work. I see the videos of you slamming tires against trees,
For sure.
jumping, sprinting, lifting. You just
Yeah.
absolutely leave everything on the field. You put everything you have into every rep as you're doing your training,
100%.
even with working with clients. And as a master trainer, nutrition coach, I love seeing this and even learning new stuff from some of your videos. And
Exactly.
yeah, man, being a professional football player, training is like literally your job. So it's vital to
Yes,
your,
literally. Yes.
yeah, you
Trust,
got
man. No off season, man. You gotta stay
to
right 12 months out the year.
full throttle all the time, right?
Yeah. Always.
But you also got to have that mental fitness, which I mean,
Exactly.
talking to you from the time I met you, that first conversation was clear that you had that mental toughness. So what's the greatest source of inspiration for you, and like what do you do for those mental reps?
Man, I always try to just tell myself that I can do it. A positive mindset, man. Um, always tell myself, give myself the reason why I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Who am I doing it for? How is it gonna pay off? It's just stuff like that really motivates me when it comes to working out, training, and playing. I'm really doing this for my family, my mom. You know what I mean? My brothers. This is what I'm really doing for my family. They're my solid foundation. So this is what I'm trying to take care of. And this last rest is crucial to me because what I'm saying. This is what's going to help my family. It's going to take a step in that direction. So I just try to take that all accountable and really just hone in and focus, um, and just be tough, man, mentally and physically.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The running back's got to keep his feet moving to get the end zone. You as wide
Exactly.
receiver, you have to always stay under your feet and connect the ball with the field, with your goal, where you're going. It's all about that chemistry with what you got going on mentally and physically, and keeping everything in balance. That's great you got
Exactly.
going on, man. And I mean, success is only attainable when you have both those things streaming together, and that's awesome to hear your perspective on that. And a book I read and reread it quite often. It's called Go for No by Richard Fenton. I'm not sure if you ever read it, but the
No, I
story,
gotta look it up.
yeah, I'll definitely put it in the comments later, man. It's a really good book, and it reminds me of your story because you say on your channel how in the beginning you stayed focused, you stayed consistent, and even though you kept receiving the no's from the coaches, you were messaging them every day, you're sending film, making
Yeah.
film. You said the key to your success and ultimately being drafted and selected was by staying consistent, and the second thing, never accepting no for an answer. And that's powerful
Yeah.
stuff, man. I mean, what can you tell our listeners who maybe haven't overcome that mental obstacle yet, who are stuck or scared to move forward with their dreams? And where does
Yeah.
this determination, persistence derive from, man? I always say where there's passion, there's progress, but people really want
Yeah.
to know the recipe to make the cake, So what do you got going on with
Exactly,
this?
man. For real, man. It's really about following your dreams, man. You gotta understand, man, that people are not gonna see what you see or believe in what you believe in. And also, you gotta know you're gonna get no's, man. There's gonna be people that's gonna say no. but there's always that one person that's going to say yes and is going to take a chance on you. And for me, man, a lot of coaches, just saying, nah, at this time, just telling me like we have our imports already. We'll keep you in consideration, or like just no, we don't need a receiver at this time. Just being consistent, man. Just having a positive mindset and just staying consistent. You know what I mean? And it was crazy because literally every day I would get on there. I didn't just get on there and just get a yes, man, and got a contract. Literally, I talked to numerous coaches, and basically they just said, "Yo, we want to just take a chance on you," and the team gave me an opportunity, man. And I told myself the first opportunity I get, no matter what it is, I'm going to make the most of it because everybody that said no to me, I'm going to make them pay. And I mean, one of the best feelings in the world was satisfying to me is like the team that told me no, and to be able to eliminate them from the playoffs my first year was just amazing.
That's
It was just
awesome.
amazing. It was the best feeling in the world, man, for sure. And I took the first opportunity, man, and I never looked back.
That's awesome. That's so inspiring. And I know everyone hearing this, needs to take notes on that. With whatever their dream is, it doesn't have to be the game of football or whatever they're pursuing, just to realize that once they achieve that, you may have some doors closed, but the cliche expression, if one door closes, another bigger and better doors waiting to open. It closed for a reason. And clearly you were selected by the better team and you were able to prove that point. And that's such an exhilarating feeling, like you said. So that's great, man. I appreciate you sharing that. And, you played for a lot of different franchises over there, Ukraine, Hungary, Mexico. So what team is the best so far for you, if you have a best?
Man, it's hard to say I don't have a best because each team I play for has like a real sentimental value, especially in my heart, man. I was blessed to be able to play for like four different teams, but they all were great organizations and treated me right. And you know what I'm saying? They all have a special place in my heart. The one I always, think about and it's always in my heart. I say it's my favorite because I love the LFA and I love playing football. There's a team in Hungary, man, Michigan Steelers. Just being a small city team, overcoming so much, being undefeated, going to a championship, winning the championship how we did. That was just amazing, man. I made some friends for a lifetime over there in Europe in Hungary, especially.
That's amazing. Yeah, man, I have some friends from Budapest and different cities in Hungary as well. It's great people in that country, and like you said, they definitely know how to come together for a cause. They've been through a lot in that country, so it correlates all the way down to current day, man. The everyday people are like that. So I'm glad you experienced that. It's awesome to hear that ended up being your favorite, and because not only because you won, but because of the relationships. It goes back to what you said earlier, the teamwork, the camaraderie. So you're definitely getting everything out of your experience, man. That's awesome.
For sure.
And I saw you also are part of helping the communities you go to as you go abroad. And here in Mexico now, in Monterrey, you recently helped the kids or their parents who were in prison. You brought them some joy during the holiday season. You're inspiring, motivating young players at the games. I'm assuming that's probably high school or college level there. How important is this to your career, and what do you wish to instill in these young players' minds?
Man, I don't want to. It's important for me, man. The youth is important to me. Period. Doing this, if it doesn't have an impact on my career, or it does, that don't really matter to me because it's not the reason why I do it, man. I got a little passion for the youth, and growing up in tough areas, tough neighborhoods, and going through tough times, man, I understand that, and just trying to give them some positivity, let them know that they're capable of doing anything they put their mind to. They can be anything they want to be, following their dreams. That's what I try to show them the most, man. The jail experience was amazing because being able to talk to the guys and being able to give back on the holidays to their families, that was an amazing thing, man, to actually meet their families and then go meet the guys that were incarcerated and talk to them. And that was a great feeling, man, just to share my knowledge, but also to show them, man, that I'm a regular person. I'm just as equal to everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And I'm no different or no better than anybody else. But definitely, man, the youth is important, and I always try to uplift the youth. No matter where I am, man, I just want to make an impact on the community and just have a positive outlook and a positive outreach to the community here, or any community that I'm in.
Wow, man, we need. I wish all athletes in a platform were had the same attitude as you, man. So that's like what you want, my son and people with children to look up to those kind of players like you, man, that are actually have a heart for the people and for the game, but you show more than just football. You show life, you show heart, you show, your love for all humanity and relationships. So you're real, like you said, and that's the best thing. You have so many athletes nowadays that get caught up in or even professional anything, get caught up in the fame or just too much into the game, and they forget that they're under a spotlight and they have the power to really make a difference in the youth's lives, or even like you said, the prisoners. You send some light, and even a minute of light can change someone's life forever, because they'll remember what they saw in that light, what you taught them when they have to go back and whatever they're going through. So that's powerful, man. I commend you for that, and I admire you, what you got going on. That's awesome. And
yeah, man, I appreciate that.
yeah, man. I mean, of course, I appreciate you representing that and going forward and doing that in every community you go to. And so you're also correlating with that. You're a huge guy with family, and you've been abroad for 7 seasons now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
7
wow.
seasons, man.
That's long, man. And one of your posts, you say, I'm big on family and I cherish it because not everyone has a family. And that's something that hits home for me being abroad now. I'll be here for a total of 4 years at least, maybe longer. And it's hard being away from friends and family. And, I have my brothers, my mom, and I know you got brothers, your mom. So do you bring them these places? I know, I have brothers myself, and it's great to do things and have them be proud of me and vice versa.
Yeah.
And, my mom as well. There's nothing like mama. So
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like mother.
no, man. And I remember a post you shared a while back with Hopkins. He's my boy, by the way. Brings his blind mother the ball every time he scores a touchdown. We all want to make mama proud, and our siblings and just anyone in our life that has their eyes looking up at us. We want to be. You never know who's watching you, basically. I was in Verona the other day, and this little girl, I was taking pictures, working out. This little Italian girl was watching me, asking her mom, but she was so curious. I just gave her a friendly smile and nod, little motivational stuff. You really have no idea the eyes that are looking your way. So I always say that we should always be not like corny, like be on your best behavior, but we should always realize that someone's watching. We can help someone by just being us and being true to who we are for a good person, and especially when it comes to family. So back to the family part. Do you bring your family to these games? Do they come abroad with you?
Man, so unfortunately, man, the coronavirus kind of ended those plans. My parents were going to come out here for the first time, but nah, not yet. I'm looking forward to that time, man. My parents actually come to watch in person. But they do watch a lot on TV when the games are streamed, because most of the time the games are streamed, so they watch online. My brothers go crazy, man. It's amazing, man. The support I have from my brothers, because when I started playing football, man, they were at every game. They want to go to every game, every single game. So definitely, man.
That's amazing, man.
I love my family.
And you're the older brother, right?
Yes, I'm the older brother.
Yes, that's even better, man. I mean, I've my younger brothers do the same thing. It's like, I'm not playing professional football, but I'm over here doing my own things, and it's great to have the opportunity to turn around and reach back. And I think, yeah, your girlfriend, whatever, in the stands, it's amazing. But I always love seeing my parents or seeing my brothers, my family in the stands cheering me up. That makes you feel a different kind of good.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
That's awesome, man. And anyone listening, when they succeed, they just have to take the chances and risk a little bit and be consistent. And when they find themselves living their dream, they're going to have the same opportunity to turn around and look and really bask in the support and encouragement and the proudness of whoever they're close with in life. And that's great, man. I hope people hear this and they emulate that in their own life and have that opportunity, because I think that everyone deserves and needs to feel that, I believe in you, I'm proud of you moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So powerful. So one thing I was wondering, man, I mean, you wear number 11's one of my favorite players of all time, Fitzgerald, amazing receiver. So who's your favorite player of all time? Your biggest mentor. How have they played a role in your career, your success with the game, and then off the field as well?
Okay, for sure. So I'm gonna give you three of my favorite players and guys that are my mentors. Definitely, man. My favorite receiver of all time, man, is Randy Moss.
Randy.
I admire him, bro. I model so much of my game after him, the way he plays, the way he gets the ball, man, the way he attacks the ball, man. That's where I really got my game from. So he's one of my favorite players. And right now, man, I'm a big DeAndre Hopkins fan, man. Big DeAndre Hopkins fan. I love watching his game. And the reason why I wear number 11, at first, I always wore number 6. But a little story right here was I got this really good friend of mine. He's like my big brother. His name is Justin Stewart, Jay Stu. I was actually playing flag football with him for a while, but you know, he always wore number 11. He's probably like one of the best flag football players I've seen. Man, he just has amazing. And it's crazy because I wanted to wear 11, but I remember he told me you got to earn the right to wear 11 because 11 means something. So I took that into my heart, man, and that stuck with me. And then one day he gave me the honor of letting me wear number 11. One time when we actually played together on a flag season. That's like my big bro, and that was a special moment for me, man, because from then on in, I wanted to just wear number 11, man. That was a special moment because I kind of earned the respect of an older man, one of my good friends, my big bro, to earn his respect, you know what I mean? And him letting me rock the number, that really meant a lot.
What a story, man. That's awesome. I mean, that's another thing that's, you're just a rich person, man. Like the inside out, you even down to the number you wear, you have a solid reason why you do it. It's a powerful story. That's awesome, man. I remember growing up, I had picked numbers at first, just that like one was 22, then 20 because Brian Dawkins is my favorite football player.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, having that intimate connection with, especially like a brotherhood relationship, and having that moments, sounds like it was quite awesome. And obviously you're still wearing it, so it definitely left a mark on you. So
yeah, for sure.
Who's AJ Benson off the gridiron, though? I mean, what do you do, and what are your passions aside from football?
Man, so my thing is, man, I really, really, really like to have fun, man. I'm a real funny guy. Got a personality. Really into my YouTube channel, Take Flight 11B. Make sure y'all subscribe. But definitely, man, I'm just a guy with a good personality. Like to have a good time, a down to earth person. Love the music, man. I love to dance, man. It's crazy, man, how much I like to dance. It's actually the reason why I celebrate so much when I'm playing the game. So
it's also that Randy Moss part,
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm always trying to come up with something.
No, that's good stuff, man. You gotta send me the best link to stream your games so I can list that when I post this. I'm eventually gonna go on Spotify, so when that happens, I'll find a way to do it on there. I'll add it in the audio, but on the YouTube channel for Auxiluim, the Ignited Podcast, and the website, I'll be sure to add that link so people can watch your games and you can make a special dance for us.
For sure, man. For sure.
That's awesome, man. I mean, that's the thing. It emanates through this whole conversation that you are just the person on and off the field. So, yeah, man. I wish we had more time to hang out before I went overseas and you went down to Mexico.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll definitely get up, man. And I need to get that number 11 so I can hang in the office, man. Man. I got you on that one.
Don't worry about that. Gotcha.
Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. I like having that reminder. It's people like you who are like the stars who shine the way to inspire others to reach for the skies of opportunity, to motivate them. And I have nothing but respect for you, brother. And I like having the reminder, and that's why I started this podcast, to talk to people like you who inspire others, who don't only walk the walk, but they talk the talk. They live the life that really resonates with what they stand for. And a lot of people may say like, oh, I want to do this. I'm a good person. I want to do that. But it really comes down to, your actions speak louder than your words. And a person's really like a tree. You judge a person by the fruit of the tree. So the fruit of your life really determines your character as a person. And clearly, you're producing good fruit, man. Lots of good things coming from what you're doing, man. So, yeah, I'm excited to get that jersey, man. I'm gonna hang that up for sure.
For sure, man. I appreciate it. Got it.
Definitely, brother. I appreciate you. And, I like to tell people that, like you did with your goal, being consistent, keep messaging, that they have to kind of see their dreams and live their dreams as if, it's a certain inevitability. It's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of them waking up to that reality, taking the steps, the consistency towards whatever that may be. So what's after football for you, man?
Man, definitely, man. Really gonna. I think after football, I see myself transitioning to coaching and being a trainer, maybe a receiver position coach. I don't plan on going too deep in coaching unless the opportunity presents itself. But I think me being a position coach and teaching my position, that's a start for me. Also, man, just going even harder with my YouTube. Right now, I'm doing my best to be consistent with it, dropping videos when I can, when I got some good content. But for sure, man, going hard with that. Also, man, I'm into learning stocks and I'm binary option. I'm trading stocks and stuff like that, man. Shout out to my one team, man, Wealth Nation. Shout out to them. So I'm into this forex stuff as well. I'm looking to grow that as well, man. And just really, man, establishing a good life for myself, man. Not sure if I plan on living in the U.S. Right now, I'm currently living in Mexico full time right now. But definitely, just living my best life, man, and really just enjoying life. I think that's after football.
Amen, man. I mean, that's a powerful thing. I talked to another professional athlete. He's a guy in the MLB who's playing in Japan currently, and that was his biggest thing too. I asked him a similar question. I like asking the athletes these questions, especially. And he said the exact same thing. He's like, I want to enjoy the process. I want to be able to enjoy my wife, my friends, my family, just life in general. And I think that's what a lot of us really want to work towards, and it really is a powerful thing to be able to have after having lived your dream. It worked hard for it. So, but I'm glad you get to do what you love every day. That kind of helps make life better, right?
Yeah, man, it's making life a lot better.
100%. I mean, and you said you're thinking about staying in Mexico or not in the U.S. I'm in the same boat, man. I mean, I love our country, but speaking on that, segue into the next question. We got a lot of stuff going on there now, and it breaks my heart seeing people that they're missing the blessing of diversity in regards to enjoying, like you've been abroad, I've been abroad, the cultures, regardless of race, nationality, any kind of social economic differences. Over here in Europe and Mexico is very similar. They have a better appreciation for humanity. They look at so you know what I mean? Like in Mexico, if it doesn't matter if black, white, African, Indian, wherever you're from, it's like you're Mexican. You're in Mexico, so you're a Mexican. You're in Europe, or you're in Italy, you're an Italian. It doesn't matter where you're. No one asks you what's your heritage. Like no one cares. What's your race? Race is important in the fact that we appreciate the beauty of that every history and culture has to offer, but it's not a reason for division and things like that. So I'm really glad to see that there's, I read something today. It's the largest movement in U.S. history. So that's awesome, and I hope that our country, takes that positive stride to becoming more like these other places in the world, man, and realizing that we're one mankind. You know what I mean? So, a question centering it back on you. I saw recently that the LFA and Mexico and the Fundidores, they did something to honor Black Lives Matter and particularly you. And how does that feel, man? Like how are you handling what's going on? Your family and you there. And what was that moment when they honored you with that?
Man, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to the LFA of Mexico. Definitely supporting me with Black Lives Matter, and definitely just treating me as an equal, man, and not seeing my race or color, but also supporting my culture as well, and just as much as I support their culture as well. But that's an amazing feeling, man. That just lets you know that there's some genuine people out there. There's genuine people, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because since I've been traveling around the world, man, in Europe and Mexico, I get the most love in them countries, man. Unfortunately, me being a black man, I get treated so well, and as treated as an equal in different countries, man, rather than my own. I mean, of course, it's sad to see, but at the same time, it's just a great feeling to see that the league that I play and support.
Absolutely, man. And I agree with that. And like you and I, for example, we're friends, and I have so many
Yeah,
friends like you from different races, different nationalities. It's like the most amazing thing in the world because it keeps your circle so interesting as well. And there's such a unity when you look at a person, not necessarily for their differences, but you look at them as a human being. And then when it comes down to that, we're all the same. We're all one. So there's such power in realizing that, and the relationships you can build, the friendships, the brotherhoods. It's incredible. So I feel the same way, man. Going home, it's just like wake up, America, and realize that there's so much more to embracing, this level of equality and acceptance of we're American, get to that point again, instead of this huge division. And I think we had a problem with that for a long time. So
yeah,
it's
exactly,
about damn time, man, we start making a difference and a positive movement to a new America. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So I'm fired up, man. I'm happy that the LFA did that for you and that things are on the rise for you there and you got that support. So the last three questions I ask everyone I interview. They're kind of fun questions, a little probing. So the first of the three is, let's say somehow you were given a wish from a genie, from God, whatever, and that wish was that you could change one thing about the world and one thing only. What would you change?
Man, it, any wish I make would be for sure be for my culture. Um, just more equality in the world, probably, man. More equality in the world, and for my culture to be treated as one. You know what I'm saying? That's the dream. You know what I'm saying? For me, is my culture, my heritage, my black brothers and sisters, just to be treated as equal, man. As we're all one in one nation. So definitely, um, like I said, and I stand by this. What I say, man. Yes, Black Lives Matter, and yes, I do believe in all lives matter. But just like somebody said, all lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. So that probably be my wish for sure.
Amen, man. Amen. You can't, that's such an open statement to say that until all lives are positively affected, it's not going to
Yes,
be possible because right now that's not happening. So I agree with your statement.
exactly.
The focus needs to be on where it's not happening so we can address
Yeah,
that and fix that. And then we can then
exactly.
all work together. In San Diego, we have
Definitely.
people of all races and marching together. And it's a beautiful thing to see that happening in some of the cities. And I agree with this change. I mean, I think big changes are going to continue to happen there. So
For sure.
it's good, man. And the second question I got is, imagine that everyone in the whole world, a similar question, is listening right now. What is the one thing you'd make sure the world heard from you?
Man, uh, follow your dreams, man. Never give up. You know what I mean? And whatever you put in as far as hard work is what you're gonna get out. So keep following your dreams. And anything is possible. And I really want to say like that is truly a true statement. If I can
Absolutely.
say anything.
No, I agree with that, man. I mean, it reminds me of something I tell a lot of my clients and things, and I kind of tell them that life is like a vending machine. If you want a bag of chips, a soda, and a candy bar, you got to put more money in. So,
Yeah,
imagine you're looking at your life as it's a vending machine, and you AE, whatever the little numbers are, and you click whatever your dreams are. You see them through the glass. You got to envision it in your mind. You got to hit the buttons, put the action in, and what you put into that vending machine trying to get to your dream is going to determine if it's going to fall out and you're going to lift the slot and pull out your dream. You have to put in the work to receive the reward. So I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that. The last question I got for you is more open ended. So success, consistency, we talked about all that. You harness that, you own that, and a daily routine is extremely important for any person who's successful, man or woman, anywhere doing anything. So, what does your daily routine look like every day you wake up, or what's some things you really have to do?
man. I think just bro. I think working out and reading for me, bro, is something that I feel like that is important every day. Because I work out not only for physical but for mental stableness as well. You know what I'm saying? And just to be free and clear my mind and just focus. You know what I mean? For just a couple hours, I think just focusing. You know what I mean? Putting your energy into something.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you toss a rock in the pond, it's going to make ripples send that energy across. So you have to do something if you expect something. I think if you want the results, you got to put in the work and be the biggest lesson I've learned from your story. Be consistent. Don't take no for an answer, even when life tells you no. You keep going, and when you keep going, it's like a river. You're eventually going to find, oh well, I can cross here, or you're going to find something in some way to make your dreams happen. It's just you just got to keep going, keep walking. So it inspired me, man, what you got going on, what you've done to get overseas, all the things you're doing to represent your heart, not only the game, the love of the game. You're helping the communities. You're doing so much, man. An absolute inspiration. And again, I respect you and I appreciate you coming on the call with us, sharing your story.
Oh, man, no problem, bro. No problem.
Definitely an honor, man. I mean, and I definitely want to talk more offline, get that jersey, and just stay in touch, man. I definitely want to stay in touch, keep following you. Yeah. But definitely send me those links, and I'll add them to the website and the YouTube channel and your own YouTube channel. Set up that link, shoot that link as well, and I'll have all that for people to be able to screen over there for you.
Oh, for sure, bro. I appreciate the love, bro. For real.
Of course, man.
We'll be in contact.
Absolutely. It goes both ways, brother. You enjoy, what is it, afternoon there now?
Yeah, afternoon right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Nos vemos, hermano. You enjoy the rest of your day down there in Mexico. Is it sunny and beautiful there?
For sure, man. Thanks, bro. I'll be in touch now.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
All right, man. Have a good one. Well, you heard it from the man himself, number 11, AJ Benson. That was an amazing call. I hope you guys feel ignited, inspired, and you're going to go chase your dreams and be consistent with it. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world listening today. Stay tuned for more episodes coming up.